We're back, bitches.
Oh, we started. Sweet.
Yes. Yeah. We had a long delay before we could start.
Yeah. Big match delay, like the France game.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, except that happened at halftime. This happened at...
We had our hydration break and our halftime break.
We had energy break, hydration break, and we still didn't cramp like that referee.
What a pussy.
Pussy ass referee. But round 2 is over, bitches.
Yep, round 2's done.
So I think we've got a pretty clear view now of kind of teams that have already gone through, the dominant teams of their group.
Yep.
We already know the potentials that can go through and what the third place looks like. So when we run through where we're up to in the groups, Group A all the way through to, what is it? F.
F is 6, bro.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know math good, man. All alphabets.
Yeah, all English. I don't math good.
Yeah, quick maths.
1, 2, 3. No, what is it? 1 plus 2 is 3. No, I forget it. 1 plus 1 is 2.
Yeah, chill out, guy.
No, I forget it.
Yeah, you're not a drill rapper. You never will be. I'll live my dream. I'll be a drill rapper.
I've seen 8 Mile. I can do it.
And some of our predictions are pretty clear, I think, from last week.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, after the round 2 games, obviously a disappointing loss for the Aussies.
But it was a good result in the other game.
Very true.
Yeah,
very true. So we're looking pretty
a,
strong.
There's a half. I'm not doing 6-7. I'm just saying there's a
6-7.
There's a glass half empty, half full vibe to this.
We have chances, and third place looks pretty likely for us.
Correct.
Which is fantastic. So why don't we just jump into the groups?
Yep.
See what games. Obviously, we've got games commencing from tomorrow morning. So I think by the time this comes out, we'll probably miss Group A through to C.
Yep. B, C, A.
Yeah. Well, correct. They're also got them in weird orders. But coming into the Group A, obviously Mexico's qualified and through.
Yep.
They cannot be beaten. We've got obviously games tomorrow for Korea, as well as South Africa. I think Korea, who probably need to get a win to guarantee, but a draw I think gets them through as well.
Korea could.
They'll throw them up on the screen so then we can kind of.
Yeah. So Korea could get a draw, and they would get second because they've got a better head-to-head over the Czech Republic.
And they beat them already.
Yeah. So minimum they need is a draw for guaranteed second.
Yeah, but I think
they'll be going for the win.
We're going for the win.
They'll be going for the win,
right?
yeah.
That guarantees it.
Yeah.
I think they probably had some pretty strong games leading up to it.
Yeah, I thought Korea was very good against Mexico, and they were the better team against the Czech Republic.
To be fair, Mexico probably didn't deserve to win the game.
Against South Korea? Yeah, it was very, very tight. And it was a 1-0 win to Mexico.
It wasn't even their shot, right? It was an own goal, wasn't it?
Was it an own goal? I'll have a look.
Because I thought it was
a
I was
goal.
trying to look up stats for shots on target. Didn't they have 0 shots on target against them?
Oh my god, did they really?
I feel like that was.
I didn't think it was that bad. But let's have a squeeze. No, Romo scored. Louis Romo scored. They did have 4 shots on target.
Oh, okay. Well,
your stats are way off.
No.
No, it was a very dull game. We thought it was going to be a higher scoring game. But
correct.
Look, Mexico have kept 2 clean sheets, 6 points. And now they can rest their players.
Right? No goals against.
And the Mexican crowd fucking popping.
Yeah.
It's the best.
They're going ham, bro.
It's the best.
They've so far had the ladies at the tournament. Good for them.
I love that for Mexico.
Those cartel leaders really flew in a lot of those Instagram flots to get those honeys.
I love that for Mexico.
Yeah. So look, coming into the last game, look, predictions on this. I think Mexico's already through.
Yep.
Korea Republic, I think for me is gonna finish in second spot.
Yep.
And if Czechia can get a result against Mexico, where they will be playing their kids, potentially go in for a third place playoff.
Yeah, look, they need a win. So pretty much 3 points gets you
a chance,
a solid chance, right? So if Czech can get a win, they'll put them at 4, which will definitely give them a really good chance of making it to that third place.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
I like to see him go through as well. Group B, we've got obviously Canada leading the charge here, but it is going to be tight with Switzerland, Bosnia, even Qatar with a chance to go through here. So Bosnia versus Qatar will be interesting because if either team win and go to 4 points, they'll be in a third place playoff. Canada, Switzerland to play each other.
Yeah, so that'll be the fight for top spot. Canada coming first at the moment. Then the big one, the second biggest one, obviously the second game, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Who is Herzegovina? I don't know who they are.
Who is this
Who
person?
are they?
What is a Herzer?
I know the Bosnians, but I've never heard of a Herzegovinian.
Yeah, dude, it's yeah.
I think it's made up. To be fair,
It's a small country that had to join with Bosnia, an even smaller country.
that sucks. They're playing Qatar, so. Again, like they're both on 1 point. A draw pretty much eliminates both of them.
Yeah, but look, listen, I was not convinced by Bosnia's performance in their first 2 games. I think they're lackluster. I think going forward, they don't have a lot. I think they do produce shots, but they're all pretty much half shots.
Yeah.
Qatar, however, they're a pretty solid unit.
Look, they did get smacked by Canada, but they did cop a red card.
They copped a red card.
But they did draw with
They
Switzerland.
copped a red card and did snap the Canadian player's leg in 2.
They copped 2 red cards. You're right.
They did.
Yeah.
So broke the tibia and fibula.
That was bad.
And
Was
then-
that Kone?
It was Koenig.
yeah.
Snapped his leg completely. Like he's going to be out for months.
Yeah.
And like, in the defense of the Qatari player, it was not an intentional.
Yeah, he was.
incident. Like,
It looked
wasn't
like
trying to be, it was no malice.
No, it looked like he was going for a legitimate attempt at the ball, but fuck, he just got him in the right spot and just snapped
Look,
it.
the red card was right.
It was a right call, yeah.
Right call.
But
It
you
was
could
a
see
reckless
how
challenge.
distraught he was after that. Clearly, he didn't mean it.
No, not at all. And afterwards, he went into the locker room to apologise to everyone and do the right thing. But I still think Qatar could potentially pull in the final game and upset here. Right?
Yeah.
I think obviously rewind. We've jumped to this one. We're now expected 2 games at each time slot. As well.
That way they don't know the results.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So everyone in the group all play at the same time. So there's no, funny business.
Yeah,
that
no
goes
funny
on.
business. Yeah.
So obviously get your laptops and TVs out so that we can play both games at once and kind of see what happens. But if I'm going to pick the upset of this group, I think Qatar could upset Bosnia in this.
Yeah, I think
Qatar or draw could be a possibility. The
Yeah.
draw would be absolutely devastating for both teams.
I'm kind of hoping for that or a Qatar win because I've got Bosnia to not qualify. So if Bosnia win 4 points, they're pretty much going to qualify.
I can see the Qataris ruining their day.
I think it'll be a low-scoring game.
I think so.
I don't think either team.
1-1, nil-all could be a possibility.
Yeah, 1-0, something like that. I
be
don't
a
see a lot of
possibility.
goals in this game. And then watch tomorrow, it'll be like 5-4.
As soon as you say it, bro.
Always happens.
Yeah. Then we've got going into Group C. I think this is an interesting group as well. It's really open.
Yes.
Haiti's out. That's confirmed.
Shocked.
Yeah,
I will say though,
Horror.
they did compete very well against Scotland, right? So it's not like they've been absolute.
No, they weren't us.
Yeah,
Right?
they were probably
weren't us.
They were the
actually had
better
some-
team. They were the better team in
I
that
think
group.
given the stature and the players that they have, right, versus Scotland, I think that they outperformed where they should be against Scotland. And then to be fair, when Scotland played Morocco, they looked very lackluster.
Look, Scotland have got a few good players. You've got Scott McTominay, you've got John McGinn, you've got Trent, Robbo. So they've got a few good players, but as a whole, it's probably mostly like Celtic players who you go like, whatever.
There's a sprinkle of quality in there, but no superstar.
Yeah. But then you're competing with Brazil, who dominated Haiti in the first half and then took a break. And they played Morocco, and Morocco dominated them.
Well, it's going to be an interesting group because it's going to come down to goal difference in my mind, right? And
Yes.
Obviously, Brazil was a 2-goal lead. And look, Morocco is not the most prolific goal-scoring nation.
No.
So, like, it's highly likely, that Morocco get a 2-0 win. Something like that in this game, which won't give them enough goal difference to beat Brazil. But I can see Brazil beating Scotland 1-0, 2-0.
That would be my guess.
3-1
I'm just wondering if Scotland will trouble them in any way, like frustrate them defensively.
Well, John McGinn will have a good time in the midfield.
Yeah, I think so.
I think he'll get a lot of balls. He'll win a lot of balls.
I also think that like Scotland, they don't need to go for the win. They could pull a draw. They put them to 4 points, which gets them a very good shot at the third place, right? So, look, I'm sure they'll go out to try to play.
Well,
but
if they beat Brazil, right, guarantees them a spot. They're going to second.
Yeah, they'll go.
So this group is up in the air. Brazil could easily go from first to third.
To third, yeah. Yeah.
Like
So
very,
it's
very
all everything is on the line in this
I
group.
think this group is probably the most entertaining of the day tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be watching probably the Morocco game.
I'm going to have both, baby.
Both.
Yeah, I'm going to put up a picture of my setup too.
Living your best life,
Oh,
huh?
dude, I've got the day off tomorrow. I mean, stupidly, it's not for the Australia game on Friday, but,
You can't win them all.
I got to live that dad life, man. And then we jump out of not so much tomorrow's games, but the Friday games, which obviously we're watching quite intensely.
Oh, yeah.
So that jumps into Group D, which is obviously our group. We're currently sitting in second.
Yep.
After, a disappointing game against the US, I think.
We did. They played a lot better than what Turkey did. We kind of allowed them to play that way, but the goals that they scored weren't like, they did such a great goal.
Us.
No, one was an own goal, which was a Burgess. Burgess could have cleared it out, but he kicked into his own net. And like,
it
whatever.
happens. He's moving at full pace.
Yeah.
Like I get it. I don't blame him for the first goal, the own goal, but. The second goal is what I'm concerned about. Obviously, there's the arguments: is he offside? Is he not offside? My argument, obviously a biased one coming from the Australian perspective, is I think he interferes with the goalkeeper. We've seen it given many times. Any player that's in front of the goalkeeper, especially around the 6-yard box, classified offside. He then goes to challenge the ball as well in the air. All right, he doesn't touch it. He challenges for the ball. Right, irregardless of is there a player around that could get it. Him just being there is an interference.
Well, wasn't he called onside because there was an Aussie player who was kind of straggling?
No, that's the goal scorer.
Oh, you're talking about...
so the additional player that's also offside, it's not Balogun who scored, it's...
Whoever.
I don't know them well enough.
I also don't care what their name is because I hate the American team.
I hate them so much. But, I mean, I think the focus here is, do we think Popovic probably made the wrong decision at the start of this game?
Well... Yes, because at the start, I saw the lineup and they had no Irukunda and he had no Metcalf. And you're like, they're the two goal scorers. Why wouldn't you start them?
This is what confuses me because I get it in the third game.
Yeah.
Right? If you want to bring someone in the third game, but if we'd pulled the result and we got 4 points, and we think, all right, Paraguay, if we do make the knockouts, I want more players fresh. Maybe we can play these guys for the first half, see how we go. If we can keep the draw to the half, then maybe bring them on. But it just made no sense to me not to start the team that did so well in the first game.
Yeah.
Look, interesting choice. I did like that he started Beaches over Matty Ryan. Still gave him the respect.
I don't see any reason to change Beaches. He had a good game.
But unless Irukunda and Metcalf were complaining of they were tired, sore, injured, then no. But that doesn't appear to have happened.
No, because they both came on in the second half.
But it's also the players that they put on for them, right? They put on Matt Leckie, which... All right, he's a legend. He's played some good football for us, but he has played.
Yeah, played.
Yeah, not playing.
Yeah, played.
Right, and then obviously on the left hand side to bring that young player from the Melbourne Victory over.
Yeah,
I can never pronounce his name. So
it's a fucking long name.
But like, whilst he's a good player, he's very quick.
Velupile. Let's go with that.
He's very quick.
Yeah,
he can take a man on. Fantastic, but not Irukunda.
Yeah, that's right.
Had the confidence. That the goal that he got against Turkey is still one of the best Australian goals that I've seen since Harry Kill.
Since Tim Cahill.
Tim Cahill, I mean...
Well, that 2014...
The volley.
The volley.
The volley,
which, I am going to brag, I was there for that game, and I lost my goddamn mind when I saw that.
100%. It's something the Australian players never done. Irukunda then has replicated to give faith back to him. Didn't play him. It was annoying.
I wonder if he planned that, like to kind of rest him for the third game. Maybe he kind of expected to. Maybe he thought he could hold him out for like a half and try to bring him on.
If he manages to pull a win against Paraguay now,
right, or even a draw
under those tactics, yeah, correct. Even a draw is enough for us. I'd like to see a win go automatically through.
Yep.
I think second place is. I mean, it's got to be one of the better finishes that we've ever had at a World Cup for a group stage.
Yeah, well, we finished second in 2006 where we had Brazil, Croatia, and Japan.
Yeah.
That was a hard-ass group.
But think about the team that we had.
Oh, with the team, yeah.
Right? To what we have now. We've got a bunch of youngsters now.
Yeah.
Right? This is a building team. So if we can still perform with those youngsters versus the veterans and the captains of teams that we had in Premier League, this makes a lot more sense.
So I just want to go back to the lineup that he set, right? Now, you can tell that he knew he made a mistake because at halftime he made 3 changes, right? So you kind of know from that he made a mistake at the start. But the big sub was Volpato.
Yeah.
Bro, when he came on...
the difference in level of
in quality.
Yeah.
Bro, his quality is like no one in the Australia team plays like him. Everyone in the Australia team is like, very direct or very tough or very strong. He's very skillful. He's got the skill for that Australian team. And I think he needs to start Irukunda, Metcalf and Volpato in this game. He needs to start all 3.
Then what do you do with Moture? Because I did find Irukunda and Moture played very well off each other.
They did. Volpato, he came on for who did he come on for? For Lecky, right? So I think what they would do is they would still play like a 5-3-1-1. So Toure up top, and then you'd have Irakun. Oh no, Irakun's on the left.
Irakun's on the left.
Yeah, so you have
Metcalf
Toure
was on the right.
Yeah, so I think what they would do is they would have Toure up top. You would have Irakund on the left. You would have Volpato on the right, and then you would start Metcalf instead of O'Neill. So
I can see that.
So you got Metcalf and Ocon, which I think was the starting midfield in the first game.
I could see that working.
Yeah. So I'm hoping. I just want them to pick the best team, and they play good football. And I think with that starting lineup, that puts them in a very good step towards that.
The other interesting point here is obviously, in your face is Turkiye.
In your face,
right? Because it's the most talking shit that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
To then just not back it up.
Yeah.
Right? Say that you're going to dominate the game, then come into the Australia game. I mean, look, arguably you dominated possession, dominated the accuracy of passes, you dominated
shots.
But chances created? No, you didn't.
Goals?
No. You lose 2-0 to us, then come back out after the game and say, did we not dominate? Did we not do? Only to go against, which arguably is rated the worst in the group, being Paraguay, to go against them and repeat exactly what you did from the first game, showing, well, is your tactics dominant? No.
And it
can't be dominant if you win. A freak accident, I can understand. They out-defended you, couldn't get the goal in that day, but then you back it up with another one. Interesting thing, I didn't hear them talking shit after that game.
No, they were shut. Well, they were out because now they're officially out.
Yeah,
they can't make it, so now they can't talk shit. They can
them and Haiti.
Them and Haiti, yeah. I did like how Turkey had over 60 shots. They had 62 shots in 2 games, not one goal.
Not one goal.
Right, crazy.
Teams worth 700 million.
Yeah.
And you've got one player in there worth 120. You can't get a goal.
Couldn't do nothing.
Not even from a dead ball.
Couldn't do nothing.
You got Chan Hoglu, who's supposed to be a free kick specialist. You had free kicks, didn't score a goal.
Yeah.
So you had your chances. I don't hear nothing from Turkey.
We'd like to say Turkiye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Ciao, ciao.
Good luck in the next World Cup.
So sad.
So sad.
so sad.
So sad.
Then we have Group E. Let's just mention Curacao is in, Turkey is not. But obviously Germany is through. They've already qualified.
Yeah, won their 2 games. They beat Cote d'Ivoire, which means that even if Cote d'Ivoire beat Curacao and Ecuador beat Germany, they can't be jumped. So Germany will probably rest all their players, which you deserve to do if you win your first 2 games.
But you've got Cote d'Ivoire. Safe bet here is head-to-head Cote d'Ivoire win that game.
Yeah. Look, I do like Cote d'Ivoire's the way they're set up. I think when they've got like Ahmad and Diamante up top, it really does put a lot of a lot of top level experience up top. A little bit weak at the back, but I think Cote d'Ivoire are set up really well to make it through to the next stage.
I mean, they're a decent team, right?
Yeah.
They've got good attacking outlets, and they're not afraid to attack. They're not sitting back.
Yeah,
right. They're playing to advantage. I think the advantage for Ecuador coming into this final game is that Germany's going to rest as many players as possible.
And we did look at their squad. Germany's squad is not that good.
No, it's not.
It's pretty thin quality-wise.
Of getting to rest all the quality they have is going to help, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Musiala, Wirtz can sit on the bench.
Havertz on the bench.
Can sit on the bench.
Neuer will probably get a rest.
Yeah.
Pavlovic, Kimmich, they'll all get breaks.
Yeah, going into their next game being Monday or Tuesday after their Friday game, fantastic.
Yeah.
So look, I think this one ends up will jump Germany through. I think Ecuador could potentially jump Cote d'Ivoire.
Cote d'Ivoire would have to lose to Curacao. And Ecuador would have to win. I don't see that happening.
They have still managed to.
They scored 1 goal.
And then he needed to score 1 to draw with
Ecuador. Actually, I do want to give a massive shout out to the Curacao goalkeeper who made 15 saves versus Ecuador. He was 1 off from equaling the record for Tim Howard in the 2014 game. But I will say, Tim Howard made that many saves in 120 minutes. Yeah. The Curacao keeper made it in 90 minutes. So big shout out to Curacao.
He's keeping him in there.
That's it.
And then we go into Group F, which leads us into the end of the Friday games as well. We've got extra games on Friday.
Yeah.
So obviously, Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, Tunisia is already confirmed out with Turkiye.
A goal difference of -8 does not look good.
Yeah, it's not looking good, bruv. I mean, you can't really sack your coach after the first game and then expect greatness, can you?
No, you can't.
Yeah, it's like the most African stuff I've ever heard. Crazy. It's just so African, bro. But obviously, leading into this game, Netherlands are playing
Tunisia,
which I think I'm going to give them a pretty straightforward win on that. Then you've got Japan versus Sweden. I think it's an interesting game.
Yeah, this is a very interesting game.
Japan's probably the better team here. But that being said, Sweden can 100% pull a win.
Hey, I'm not going to write off Sweden when you got Ishak and Gyökeres up top. They could bang in a goal. But Japan as a side, like they played against Tunisia and they just dominated Tunisia. And they did come back against the Netherlands twice.
Yeah.
So
I do chalk that up to Koeman's fault. I think he played the wrong tactics and allowed Japan back into that game. And I think if he held his tactics, it would have been a different result. But that being said, you have to have the determination to get the win.
Yeah.
You can't just you can't just blame it all on the coach. The Japanese players themselves did something great.
Yeah. So looking at this, I totally expect Netherlands to beat Tunisia. I think they beat them by a big margin to keep that top spot. And look, I do think Japan beats Sweden, but not by as much of a margin. So the way it is at the moment is the way I see it staying.
Yep, I agree. Then we've got Group G, which is another interesting group to be fair, with the drama from this round.
I was not expecting Belgium to just be sitting at 2 points after 2 games.
I mean, you did and you didn't, right?
You could see it happening.
Them being below Iran, I think is crazy.
It's pretty funny.
Right, it's just very funny. But I do think it's pretty crazy that
Are you able to hover over the TCS? What does TCS mean? No, it doesn't say. That's say. Okay. That's what we'll figure out later.
But look, what's interesting about this group, and who I feel sorry for, is New Zealand. Because I think New Zealand have had a good World Cup.
They got bummed in that last one. That last game against Egypt.
Egypt game in this second round really screwed them.
Yeah.
Because there's an argument when they're at 1-1.
Yep.
Right? I know the player funnily said he claimed he got stepped on his balls.
Yes.
Now,
he had a cut on his nuts. That sucks.
He stayed down injured. The ball went out for a throw-in, and the ref didn't stop the game.
I think that is negligent. I think it is wrong. Well, I feel really sorry for New Zealand. If the ball was in
play, I would completely understand. There's an argument in which he did stop the game for an Egypt player where he went down. He had a head injury. That is the difference. However, the ball went out.
Yes.
Which means if a player's on the deck, you should stop the game.
100%.
Right? Because they brought in the new rule to stop him from diving by bringing on, if the physio comes on, they have to go off for a minute.
Yep.
So they brought in that rule for this specific reason. Now, off that, when the player is down on the ground, they took a quick throw to an unmarked player because he's on the ground. That ball then feeds through to Salah's second goal, giving him the lead. And I think, obviously, that unfolds for a confidence thing for the third to go in.
It unfolded for them because they threw the ball in and the refs play on, and you could see all the New Zealand players put their hands up going what the fuck? And you could see that they were out of sorts.
Yeah, I should have stepped in.
100%.
100%. VAR should have stepped in and said you had an injured player on the ground.
Yeah. Look, New Zealand, they were all 6s and 7s when that happened. You could see them all just what the fuck? And it just opened up for Egypt after that. And Salah was one-on-one with a defender. Clearly, if they were all in their positions, he wouldn't have had that space. But lo and behold,
they got to the box.
So exactly.
They got to the box in 3 passes.
Yeah.
I mean, I find it really unfair for him. But obviously, leading up to this third and final game now, you've got New Zealand, Belgium. So I think the chance for New Zealand here is they've obviously got to go for the win.
They got to go for the win, yeah.
So I think this will be a very entertaining game to watch.
Yep.
Egypt, Iran. Look, Iran's been quite defensive.
This takes me back to Saddam Hussein days. Egypt versus Iran. This is crazy, bro.
Yeah, except it wasn't on a football pitch. There was torture chambers involved.
I think there was nuclear weapons involved.
I believe they were shackling their wives.
Yes, they were. I believe they're still shackling them.
Good time. I mean, look, I think the Egypt-Iran game's an interesting one.
Yeah.
The Egyptians have been playing some decent football. Not to be wrong, and the Iranians have been playing quite defensive football.
Yeah.
I mean, could it happen?
The Iran play. I could see a draw happening. Definitely see a draw happening in this game. I think that
Egypt's going to be the favourites, right?
Egypt. It's very tight actually. From last I saw, it was a very very tight on the odds on the books.
Because I mean, You're getting good odds in Iran. Iran or draw could be a possibility in this.
I think that'd be a good bet. Yeah. So look,
Salah's legs aren't going to carry him through any more games.
I don't see that happening.
No.
So look, Egypt is 240, a draw is 270, and Iran is 375. Brought to you by Bet365. So yeah, Egypt are the favourites, but it's not super favourite. Like I do think that could go either way. I think a draw is a good bet.
I tend to agree.
So
I think Iran's going to play a defensive. We know how Egypt's going to shape up. They're not going to change the dominant kind of African force. So interesting how it's going to shape up.
So I think in the Belgium-New Zealand game, I do see Belgium winning, but I think New Zealand will be competitive. I'll give Belgium like a 1-goal difference.
I don't think I look from a midfield perspective. I think that's New Zealand. We're going to lose the game. However, right, if they cannot deal with the long ball to Chris Wood,
and Just has been having a good season, a good World Cup. Sorry,
right, for a 26-year-old, he's got a few good seasons. If he gets a few goals in this game, potentially moves himself into
coming to the A-League.
Currently plays in the Scottish Premier League.
So you're saying he's upgrading
with Motherwell? She's not great.
Big Motherwell.
Yeah. Then we move to Group H, which is probably the most disappointing group from a Spanish perspective.
Oh, bro, it's been pretty boring to be fair.
Yeah, it's
very
football.
average.
The Spanish have been very average.
Yeah,
obviously they bounced back in their second game after their nil-all draw with Cabo Verde.
Yeah, which was it's like they won the World Cup after that draw.
I agree.
Yeah.
Then the interesting thing in this group, Saudi Arabia. I think Saudi Arabia played good football this whole tournament, and they've been unlucky against Uruguay. I think they should have won that. I think they should have won that game against Uruguay.
Yeah.
I don't think Uruguay deserved to win that. Ugarte had one of the worst performances I've ever seen.
You love bringing that one up.
Dude, I fucking hate Ugarte. He's terrible, bro. He also almost came to Liverpool, so it's a relief for us. But look, obviously coming into the final games, we've got
Spain. Yeah, you've gone too far. Yeah, Spain, Uruguay.
So obviously the top of the table clash here is point for Spain. I think they do go first.
They will go first, yeah, because they will have a better goal difference unless Cabo Verde beats Saudi Arabia by 5, which, let's be real, I don't see it happening.
I don't see that happening. I mean, to be fair, I think I see Saudi Arabia winning that game, but it's low scoring.
Also, I do have to
for sure.
I do have to bring up. I don't know what the Uruguay keeper was doing in that Cabo Verde game for the second goal. He ran so far out of his box.
I can't tell you.
And that cost them 2 points.
And that's the keeper that they've had for.
He's 40.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I thought you'd be smarter than that.
3 World Cups.
Probably 3. Yeah.
And I mean, look, I think the Saudi Arabian team definitely can pull a win here. The Cabo Verde goalkeeper, I think, partying too much because obviously all of his leaked messages and the 2,000 women that he's added on Instagram is starting to come out. The 40-year-old.
He's living his best life, bro.
So he's got his 8 million followers. And
you're at a World Cup. No, I'm on holidays, bro.
Yeah, dude. He's like, I'm already out. Trying to get my freak on.
Bro, they're not going to be able to find him. You got to leave with the team. Fuck the team. I'm out of here.
Yeah, dude. I mean, look, use your 15 minutes of fame.
Do you, bro?
I was using his time. He's like Obese's final boss, except for the World Cup.
And the teeth.
Yeah.
But look, I see Spain winning. I think Uruguay have been very disappointing. They rely on Valverde and long shots pretty much. Mm-hmm. So I see Spain winning. The Saudi Arabia Cabo Verde game, I could see a draw, which would put Cabo Verde at second, which would be fucking amazing.
Imagine if Cabo Verde then go through to the knockout.
They come
stage,
second.
Right?
That's sick.
Or if Cabo Verde win.
Yeah,
right?
if they win, they go to
Saudi Arabia. They go through. A point for Uruguay is nothing.
Yeah.
This is an interesting group to watch.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Then we've got Group I, which starts to come into some of the heavy hitters.
Well, it's funny because usually if a team has 0 wins, they're out, they're done. But we have 2 teams on 0 here, and they both have the possibility of still making it into that 3rd place.
Well, the interesting thing is obviously the final game, because you've got both teams who are 2 wins away, who have had 2 wins in their first 2.
Yeah.
France and Norway. Obviously, when you see the matchup on paper, you've got to back France, right? Yeah. They've got the more solid team. However, I mean, Norway's been playing good football.
Yeah, they have.
From an attacking perspective, they're very strong.
Yeah.
Goal difference is very close. Obviously, Norway has scored more than France.
Mm-hmm.
Mbappe himself is on fire, though.
Bro, that goal he scored against Iraq, bro, gets the ball, cuts in outside the boot with his left foot, and just cracks in the top corner. He's like,
also, I think they really silenced some of the critics, me being one of them, about how Ousmane Dembele and Mbappe are going to play together.
Yeah.
Right? We thought they're going to be arguments. They're not going to gel well together. Incorrect.
Yeah, wrong.
Incorrect. They cover each other's spaces where it doesn't come back. You know, I thought Dembele's going to want him to run back and stuff. Dembele just does it.
No, Dembele he will do the dirty work. He does that for PSG. Mbappe doesn't do the dirty work. So I think they've got a nice understanding of Mbappe, you score and I'll do the running.
Well, and then Mbappe's chasing the record off Messi, right?
Well, I just found this out. He's on 16 World Cup goals already.
Yes, correct.
And he's got like at least another 2 World Cups on top of this one.
Yeah,
this guy's going to hit like 30 World Cup goals.
Yeah, he's going to beat Messi's record now, right? Everyone's saying, oh, Messi, the record holder. Mate, he could beat it this World Cup.
He could beat it this World Cup. Because Messi's, we'll get into it.
18 or 19?
18.
18?
And he's 16.
He's 16.
And he's like 12 years younger than
That
him.
being said, Messi scored 5 in 2.
5 and 2, yeah.
That's a crazy number.
Yeah.
But Mbappe will most definitely beat him, whether it's this World Cup or next World Cup.
Yeah.
But the understanding is where he's at. But I think, look, Group I, we look at it, it's very open. Where the third place sits, don't know. Senegal, Iraq versus each other in the final game. I can see that being a draw.
Look, I like Senegal's team. Unfortunately, look, they lost 3-2 to Norway. And they did compete against France. But, you know, you've come up against 2 solid teams. This was the group of death.
Oh, yeah, well, especially for Senegal and Iraq.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Going up against these teams, Norway is just in good form. This is their first World Cup?
Not their first.
Not
it's the first in a
ever,
while.
But it's their first
in like 20.
team.
Yeah. It's like the first in like
20.
Yeah, first in like 20, 24 years or something. Yeah. Something like that. But look, in the Senegal-Iraq game, I do like the Senegal team. Iraq have been playing not bad. I mean, they played France. You play France, whatever, right? But Graham Arnold hasn't done a bad job with that team. So
look, stitch up, right? You get that group as Graham Arnold with the Iraqi team. There's not much you're going to do.
This is their opportunity.
Yeah.
Right. They probably expected France, Norway probably won't win, but this Senegal, if they can snag a win, puts them up there with a shot at the third place.
They've got to stop Senegal from scoring against them for as long as
correct.
Right. Yeah. The longer that, especially very kind of a lot of the African nation teams, when they come over, the longer you stop them from scoring, the harder it becomes for them. But it's a physical outlet, right? So the more tired you can make them, the less chances they're going to be able to produce.
Yeah.
But look, interested to see how Arnold sets them up.
I see it staying the way it is. I see France winning because you want to go through top of the table.
Well, we know who the top 2 are, right?
Yeah.
It's France, Norway. I think France will.
Yeah.
In this Norway game,
and
like
then
we said, Norway they're a good team with sprinkles of greatness.
Yeah.
France is just greatness.
Yeah. The whole from GK to striker.
There's some sprinkles in their team of great players instead of super.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You got the Ballon d'Or winner. You got Mbappe, one of the top.
Well, he was the Golden Boot winner in the French league. Sorry, in the Spanish league. Then you got Elise, who was I think he was the most assists in the Bundesliga.
Definitely the most improved player in the world.
Right, crazy.
He went from a good player to a great player.
Yeah.
Overnight.
Out of sight.
Then you've got Koundé, one of the strongest.
Saliba won the Premier League.
Yes, he's in the Premier League 11. It's crazy.
It's a stacked team. So look, I do see France winning, and I do see probably Senegal probably winning.
Then we jump into Group J. Now, Group J is
boring.
Pretty well. I mean, it's pretty sorted, right?
It's done.
Argentina. Well, Jordan's out. 2
losses. They're done.
Jordan's out.
Argentina. Yep, they've beaten Austria and Algeria, so neither of them can jump Argentina.
Then we've got Austria, Algeria. Fighting it out for that second spot.
Look,
and they're versing each other. 2
mid-range teams. So look, Austria, they've got the advantage because they only lost by 2 to Argentina.
But look, I see it staying as it is. To be honest, I don't think that there's too much change here. Can Algeria get a win against Austria? Oh, yeah. I think they can, but I doubt it.
They're relying heavily on Mahrez, who actually hasn't had that good of a World Cup.
He didn't start their first game.
No, he didn't start their first game. He didn't do much in their second game either.
He's an older playing in Saudi Arabia Mahrez.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's a name more than he is a quality player.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a shock that he started on the bench.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When you see it, you go, well, because I don't know these other players. But they're just a younger version of Mahrez. They're not quite at that level yet. But yeah, I see it being Argentina, Austria, Algeria.
Yeah. I think Argentina's going to rest all their players. Messi will get a break. Enzo, McAllister, Martinez, they'll all get breaks in that. So, I see it staying the way it is.
now we're down to our final two groups. Group K, which is an interesting group because it's gone a different direction in which a lot of people expected it to go.
Yeah.
I think everyone expected Portugal at top after a disappointing first game. They did bounce back in their second game. Ronaldo gets a double.
Everybody wanted to ride off the GOAT, bro. He came back and scored a double.
The GOAT.
Everybody wanted to ride him off. Look, he scored 2 nice goals. I think the best part about this game was that the different type of plays that they were doing. A lot of free kick tricks. A lot of
that was a nice one. I mean, it would have been nice if he converted.
If it went
the goal,
in, yeah.
But
Well, the Mendes goal was a free kick trick. They had the Uzbekistan wall, and they had 3 Portuguese players next to them. And then when Mendes took it, they ran away, and then it just opened up this space for them, and Mendes buried it. So they've got some trick plays in there.
Bruno knows what he's doing when it comes to trick plays and dead balls. He's got enough assists from dead balls this season.
Yeah. He knows what he's doing. But
it's an interesting ending to this group because you've got Portugal, Colombia, the 2 top teams playing each other. Colombia is arguably through. They can't.
Well, they're not arguably through. They are through.
Sorry, yes. It's whether or not they're going to be arguably first.
Yes, that's right.
So obviously a draw for them is fantastic.
Yep.
The question is, does Colombia rest their players?
No.
Do they rest Luis Diaz?
No way. No, I don't think so, because you want that first spot, right?
When we jump into what potentially they could get after this. But look, I think I see this team staying, this group staying as is. I don't see Congo or Uzbekistan going through. I don't know. I can see that being a draw.
I can see Congo. No, I actually will give props to Congo for the way they've played their 2 games. Okay. Right, the first game against Portugal, I think they got it a little bit easier than they thought it would have been. I think Portugal had 7 shots in the game, which is
pretty dismal.
Which is crap, right? So they got a nice point out of that. And against Colombia today, the first 20 minutes before the hydration break, they were suffering. But then after the break, they actually played really well. Wan-Bissaka is playing well, and they got Wissa up top, right? They're the only ones I really know. But I think they can beat Uzbekistan, which will put them to third with 4 points, which will put them in the top 8 of the third positions.
Okay,
I can really see Congo beating Uzbekistan. I think that's massive for the Congo.
You're going Congo, I'm going draw on that one.
Yeah, that's cool.
We'll see how that ends up. Then Group L, and again, this is another dismal group. Panama's out, confirmed.
Yep, done.
You've got England, Ghana, Croatia. Now, I give respect to Ghana in this group. I think Ghana have played decent football. The team they have.
Yeah.
Again, they've got sprinkles of good players around players you've never heard of.
Well, I mean, they're starting with Jordan Ayew up top. Yeah. The guy's in League One now. Like, he did nothing for Leicester last year. Yeah. But Ghana did what they had to do. They scored their one. They've kept 2 clean sheets. You can't knock that.
No.
Right? And one of them was against England. Now, I don't know whether we put it down to Ghana defending well or England playing like shit.
No, I think we're going to put it down to witch doctors and curses because they had a witch doctor 2 days before the game putting a curse on Harry Kane. Yep. He was missing sitters, which he doesn't normally miss.
That shit works, bro.
So
it worked.
In the crowd at the time, putting the juju on him. And that juju got their ass.
It got him,
okay? Bro. So this is the white magic can't go against the black witch doctor magic.
But that voodoo, they do that voodoo.
Yeah, that's it. So get that juju.
And look, the big point now is that because England didn't win, they now have to have to play a proper team against Panama.
Yep.
Had they won, they would have been automatically through and could have rested everybody.
Look, I think the wise move if I'm Tuchel here is let's put out our strong team, try and take the lead in the first half,
and then
bring yourself on Jordan Henderson.
Yeah.
Bring on any of your older players,
all those other dog shit players that are on the bench.
Yeah, correct. Right, just bring these guys on. Let them have their 15 minutes at the World Cup.
Yep.
And be done with it because look, the idea is you want to have.
You want to get it over and done with.
Yeah, correct.
And they really fumbled the ball today.
Yeah, right? I think that they took the game against Ghana too lightly,
which crazy considering they did play pretty well against Panama.
Their crossing was shocking. They couldn't get the ball to Kane. But I think we were saying this before the podcast. Their midfield's not set up creatively. Right? Yeah, we said the same thing. They left players out and they go, the crossing's not too good. You know who could be really good at that? Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah, or we can't really create anything in the middle. You know who'd be good for that? Cole Palmer.
Yeah, and there's a time and a place for it. Like you might not want to play him from the start of the game.
Yeah.
But when you're chasing a game against Ghana, what do you want to do? You want to bring a creative player on that can beat a man and lay a pass.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Unfortunately, if you look at that three of Anderson, Declan Rice, and Jude Bellingham, they are not creative.
No.
But they are going to run and they're going to make tackles. They're going to retain possession. They're going to recycle the ball.
Yep.
Fantastically.
Yep.
World-class players are doing that.
Mm-hmm.
You have three players all trying to do the same thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, they're just carbon copies of each other.
Yeah, correct. They all just do different things. Sometimes they can go forward and hit a screamer. Sometimes. Right? But that's not going to be in a World Cup game against Ghana because you've got to have them hold the position.
I think the more concerning thing is what are they going to do when they get to the next level? Because then you're going to have to play teams like Argentina or Portugal or whoever, right? And how are you going to break them down playing like that?
Look, I can't see it.
I can't see it either.
Even if you try to bring players off the bench, you're bringing players that are carbon copies of the players on the pitch, but they're just not as good.
Yeah.
Right? There's no it is all about high intensity running. It's all about recycling of the ball, going down the bylines, but you don't have wingers that want to take men on. You've got Saka, you've got Madueke. Madueke, to his credit, does try to take players on.
He's just average.
Saka every now and then will try to take him to the byline.
But he loves a good pass back.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You've got Harry Kane. He doesn't want the cutback. He wants you to get the ball to his feet. And no one's doing that.
Yeah. I think as well that they are very weak in the wing side of things. So, like you said, they got Madueke and Saka. Then they got Anthony Gordon, who...
How he made the team? I don't know.
I don't know.
How he got sold to Barca for 90 million?
That's an even bigger question.
Mate, I will do a breakdown of it after the World Cup.
Yeah.
And just try and see what they see in this guy.
Yeah.
Because there was rumours at a stage he was going to go to Liverpool. I was like, please don't come to Liverpool. I can't deal with that.
Yeah, but you paid 90 million for him. Fuck, you'd be burning.
I'm swinging from the line.
But look, the big game in this is obviously Ghana-Croatia. Yeah. Now, Croatia is an older team. They didn't really play that well against Panama.
No, Panama. The Croatian goalkeeper made a fantastic save in that Panama game to keep him in it. It should have been a goal for Panama.
Yeah, it should have been a draw, right? So I do see it staying the way it is. I think England do make a statement win against Panama, but I also do see minimum a draw for Ghana. I could see them keeping 3 clean sheets.
I tend to agree. I think that they've played good football. They deserve it.
I do want to give another shout out, Luka Modric. He is the 4th player, I think, in international history to play 200 games for his country. So there was the Iraqi guy, the one that had the record of most international goals before Ronaldo. I think it was Iraqi.
Tamani or something?
Yeah, him. There's him, Ronaldo, Messi, and then you got Modric.
Yeah.
It's a very limited class, but congrats to Modric on that.
Mate, the longevity and the level of his longevity is crazy.
It literally is unmatched. Like, you can talk about the greatest midfielders like Zidane and Iniesta and Xavi and, Lampard and Gerrard, but none of them played to the level of Modric for that long.
No, and also none of them won as many Champions Leagues as Modric.
No.
Right? Unless you're going to count Zidane's managers' wins.
Yeah, exactly right.
So what does he have? 4?
6.
Did he get all 6?
All 6.
All 6.
He's got 6. Right? And he was a crucial part in all 6 of them.
Yeah, and I find it crazy that there's questions on whether or not he's.
Mate, I think it's more of a time thing. Once he retires, it's like you look back at a type of thing, and then you start talking about how great they were.
Essentially, all the bad highlights.
And nostalgia. Sorry, nostalgia.
And it just comes to be perfect highlights. You only see their goals. You only see their touches, the perfectness of their game. You don't see any of the faults when they lost the games. You only see the winners. Yeah. And obviously, when he won, it was great. And him and Cruz have to be they'll go down as the same as Xavi and Iniesta.
100%, I agree.
Barcelona. I think that those two.
I fully agree with that.
They go down as probably some of the best passing midfield pair that you've ever seen.
Yeah, it'll be a long time before we see something like that again.
Well, given that we've just gone through all the groups, we kind of see where it's at now. There's obviously where currently the round of 32 will end up, and there's some interesting. There'll be some movement in this depending where the groups end up, but this will be pretty close to what we're going to see as a knockout. And up on the screen, at the moment, we've got, obviously, round of 32. Opening game, as it stands today, Germany versus Paraguay. Interesting matchup. Germany should win that one quite easily.
They're resting all their players as well. I don't expect anything less than a dominant win.
Then you've obviously got the competing side to this being France, Sweden. It's a harder game, but again, France's quality is so much better than Sweden's.
Yeah.
Ishak and Gyökeres have had a pretty good World Cup, but I think their World Cup ends at the last 32.
Yeah.
Then we've got Korea, Switzerland.
Well, that's if they make it that far.
That's true.
Yeah. But as it stands,
plenty of swapping here.
Yeah, but as it stands, yeah.
If we see it this way, I go with France to see France, Germany come together. That's a huge game to be in the round of 16. Huge.
Yep.
Then you've got Korea and Switzerland.
Very interesting game.
Interesting game. Could go either way. I'd back Korea in it.
I do like Korea, but I think Switzerland, Switzerland can pull a half decent game every now and then. South Korea will be doing their thing, but I would probably back Switzerland on that one. Who knows? We'll probably go pens the way we're talking.
Then we've got Netherlands, Morocco.
This is the game of round of the last 32.
I mean,
this is the game.
I can see the winner of this game going on to at least make the semi-finals.
That's the quarters.
The quarter. Sorry.
Yeah.
To make. Well, I still believe they could make the semi-finals.
Yeah.
Right.
I think quarters is
Spain or Portugal could end up here.
Yep.
However, these two teams.
Hey,
depending on how this game wins.
Let's go back to the last World Cup. Morocco beat Portugal. There is not beyond them that they could beat Netherlands or Spain.
I agree.
They could totally make it to the semis again.
100% agree. Then we fall down to next. We've got Portugal, Ghana, Spain, Austria. Huge games. You'd expect Portugal, Spain to go through there and potentially versus each other here.
Yeah.
In that round of 16.
Portugal have more talent than England, and I think they'd be able to break down Ghana. So I think that's where Portugal will get them. And then Spain, Austria. You would expect Spain to do their job.
I'm not convinced on the Spanish team. To be fair, I think they are better than Austria and they get the win against Austria. You come up against Portugal in the round of 16, that could go either way. I don't see that being as straightforward as some people are going to think it is.
There's been a lot of criticism of Pedri in this World Cup. I don't know if you've seen, but he can't pass forward in this Spanish team.
Who's he got to pass forward to?
Orzabal and Dani Olmo.
That's not quality to pass forward to.
Yeah, Orzabal has been their number one striker for a while now.
They've got no one.
They don't have a real, like a Torres striker.
David Villa's the last striker they've produced.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, you name me a striker after David Villa. That's been of same quality. They had...
Ferran Torres? He's not same quality, but
he's also not really a striker.
Yeah, he's a winger, eh?
Yeah, well, he's a winger or a central midfielder.
Who has been their striker?
Aspas.
Oh, fucking Aspas. Oh, my God, I forgot about that.
Aspas was the last striker that they produced.
Yeah.
And he was okay. He was terrible at Liverpool.
Big PTSD vibes.
Bro, then he left Liverpool and became the top goal scorer in the league. I said, what the fuck was that?
Sociedad?
Yeah,
killed it.
He killed it there.
Killed it. Yeah,
good for him. But that's the best. That's the last striker in recent memory that they've produced that is an out and out striker.
Yeah.
Everyone else has been a midfielder. They've converted.
Yeah, like Fabregas.
Yes, pretty much. Then we dive into what is the weaker. Oh, sorry, one more on this side still.
Yeah, one more. Yeah,
and these are the worst games of these. You've got United States, Algeria. I think the United States goes through on that one.
I think we said about Algeria, very average. Relying on Ait Nouri and Mahrez. You expect the United States, they're the better team.
Ait Nouri, good player, but he's a good squad player. You put him in a good squad, he improves the squad.
Yeah,
but he's not going to take the game on his back and do a lot of things like say Semenyo could do at Ghana. Then you've got Egypt, Czech Republic. Czech Republic being average as fuck, bro.
Old as fuck, play like shit.
Czech are worse than Algeria.
I agree with that,
I'd
yes.
go Algeria beat them.
I can't watch a Czech Republic game.
No, they play everything from dead balls, long throws.
Yeah, that's it.
I
get it. You got Czech. I get it. Right? He's a big cunt. I get it. But fuck,
it's like watching West Ham play.
It is. It's exactly like watching West Ham play.
Wolves, some of the relegated teams play.
Sucked in, you got relegated.
Yeah. Fuck you,
sucked in.
And then I see Egypt taking that game pretty easily to be United States Egypt.
I think it'll be like a 1-0, 2-0 win, something like that, if it stays that way.
Then we jump into what is the easier side. This is crazy, the difference. There is going to be movement, and I hope there is.
I hope there is, yeah.
Because I don't like how heavily weighted one side is.
Yeah, it gives me big Champions League vibes.
Well, you come to this side, and I'm like, okay, there's like 3 big teams on this side.
Yeah.
You've got Brazil versus Japan. I think that's a really good game.
It is a very good game.
I think it's a really good game.
I think Japan will be ready for Brazil. I think they will press Brazil. I think they will frustrate Brazil.
I think if Brazil don't get an early goal in this game, Japan could definitely take it.
Well, they're going to get frustrated. I think I can see Japan being set up so well that's going to frustrate Vinicius Jr.
Japan's
and it's going to frustrate.
Fantastic.
Oh yeah, dude. The way that they're drilled to play is exceptional by their coach. He's
100%.
done very, very well, and I like the way they play. The way that then they fight. So if they go down by 1 Brazil, they're not going to give up.
No,
they will push.
Against the Netherlands game.
Correct.
The Netherlands game. They came back twice.
That one is probably the best. That's the best game out of this side.
Yeah. Then we've got Ivory Coast, Norway, and you know what? I see this game as the two same teams. The two same teams because again they've got sprinkles of good players in attack. That is it,
and that's all we got.
Right. Yeah. All right. Norway have
better. Some good defenders, but not like
they've got the Italian league centre back there, Asia or
I'll find it.
Yeah.
Who are we looking at?
Norway. Because Ivory Coast.
There's Ayo plays for Brentford. There's Hagen plays for Bologna.
Yes, so they've got half decent centre back. In their team, but I see Ivory Coast and them really having the same attacking out.
Yeah.
However, I think Norway's attack slightly better.
You got Haaland in there, bro.
Yeah,
try and stop him.
As it stands at the moment, we've obviously got Mexico, Scotland.
I cannot wait to see the Scots in Mexico because they're partying hard. I don't know if you read, but in Boston, they drank all the beer.
Yeah.
So that means they're going to go to Mexico.
3 different brands of beer they drank out of every pub. They had to ring up to get emergency deliveries.
Crazy. Yeah. Hectic and crazy.
It is very American with the bar owners. Like, we love Scottish.
Yeah, fuck it.
Scottish the best.
They said they drank more beer on that day than they do on St. Pat's Day in Boston. Yeah. And Boston is Irish as fuck.
Yeah, dude.
So
great, dude.
I can't wait to see the Scots go down to Mexico and drink all the tequila.
Yeah.
And we could see the Scots in kilts partying with the Latinas in Mexico.
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
This is what the World Cup is about.
Yeah, dude. 100%.
White boys and Latinas.
Then we jump into another point in this game of England, Cape Verde.
I want to see Cape Verde frustrate the fuck out of them.
Dude, I'd love to see him pull a draw, go to penalties, bro. It would be so funny just to frustrate the English. But again, like
you expect England.
Look at the
side. Sorry, Mexico. Sorry, Mexico, Scotland. I do expect Mexico to win in Mexico.
Yeah, I also expect Mexico to win.
I don't think we made that
how
clear.
Scotland has been playing. Then obviously, I think it was pretty. It was implied.
It was
fucking implied, man. But like, if you look at this side, there's not a real solid, highly competitive game until you get into the quarters. Right?
The Brazil-Japan game.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you're going to go from the teams that everyone looks at from the beginning, that's Brazil and England, right?
Yeah.
And you're not seeing them kind of compete until you get into the.
Correct. Yeah.
Then if you come onto this bracket and the final bracket, you've got Argentina, Uruguay. Argentina's already proven in the Copa that they're considered better than Uruguay.
Yeah, well, we've watched Uruguay play, and it is horrible to watch.
And look, for us, obviously, this could all change because of obviously where Iran is, where we are. But if we draw Iran, I mean, that's a very possible game for us to win. We've played Iran before.
I'm very happy
if we play Iran. Iran's beaten us. It's competitive.
I'd be very happy if we played Iran.
And I think our team might be better than Iran's at the moment.
And then it means we play fucking Argentina in the round of 16 again. Yeah. This happened last World Cup.
Look, man.
We got it.
You lose to Argentina. I mean, I love your confidence. I love the confidence, guy. I love the confidence. I'm going to put $100 on it.
Worked last time.
But not the time after that. So, look, I mean, could go either way. So I think Argentina wins there. We're going to biasly back Australia.
Yeah.
Then we come down to Canada, Belgium. Again, it is nothing.
It's not an intriguing game where you're like, I have to watch it.
And again, you see where the game is played. Does Canada play as well as they have played outside of Canada?
Well, I think
all of their group stage games were in Canada.
I think this will play in Canada too, from what I understand. I'm pretty sure the way it works is that I could be wrong. Maybe after the knockouts.
It was all the group stages were played in their home country. Like Mexico get all Mexican games in Mexico. Canada get all the Canadian games. The US get all games in the US.
Yeah.
However, I do think it might come out for the knockout stage.
What day is that? Friday. Let me have a look. Friday. So they would be. What are they? 1B. So they would be. No, it's at Vancouver.
It's in Canada again. Okay.
So I think in Canada, Belgium have not been good.
I think if it is in Canada, back Canada.
I would be back in Canada. I think Belgium they got a great goalkeeper in Courtois. defense is average. Great midfield with KDB in the middle, but then up top you got a fat ass Lukaku or you got Coop Miners or some shit who's very not a great striker. No. So I do like Canada.
Trossard out wide, and I'm like, okay, Trossard has some qualities there, but I think for Belgium he's nowhere near Arsenal.
No.
And then obviously final game as it stands with Colombia and Croatia. I mean, I see Colombia winning that one because Croatia's just aged.
They're very aged. They haven't developed players since the 2018 World Cup. So when they made the final, they've pretty much got the same fucking players with Kovacic, Modric, Perisic. And then the guys that have gone, like Mandzukic and that, the guys that have come in just aren't that level.
No.
So I can, and Colombia have played very well as a team.
Luis Diaz is having fantastic games, not to mention the 2 disallowed goals in 1 minute.
Yeah.
Now, first one, I argue, probably shouldn't have been disallowed.
The foul?
The foul.
You reckon it was a foul?
No, I don't think it was.
Oh, no, definitely wasn't a foul.
I don't think it should have been overturned. The offside, he was offside.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But like he barely touches the guy.
Soft.
The guy just throws himself to the ground. I'm like, well, yeah, jump in.
Soft, bro. Yeah.
Too soft. But,
very soft.
Look, I think out of all this, we can kind of agree that this side here, England, Argentina, Brazil, have got the cruisy run to go through. Right, they're going to have one hard game within this hole to make it to the semi-finals, essentially.
I think if it sticks this way, FIFA will rig it so that way you get Argentina, Brazil semi-final.
Yeah, that's a big view. Right?
Yes,
that's a huge.
You're getting all of South America, and you're getting every single football fan watching it.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's obviously going to be interesting to watch, but on this side, if I'm looking at where a lot of the favourites sit, my bets for favourites going into this, I had Netherlands as my 2. I still think Netherlands, depending how they go against Morocco, could go on a run. I think it's the last time for this Netherlands team to try to go for a World Cup run until their new players. Like Van Dijk's not going to be in the next World Cup.
No.
I don't think Frankie's going to be in the next World Cup.
There'll be no Depay.
Daniel Marlin will definitely not be in the next World Cup.
There'll be no Depay next World Cup.
No Depay in the next World Cup.
Yeah. There's a lot of aging play. This is the end of their generation.
Of that Van Dijk generation of the Netherlands, that strong defense, the good passing. They could definitely do something. Portugal, my other outsider, I think probably last World Cup for Ronaldo.
I think I said that last one as well.
World Cup for Bruno.
He could pull a Ronaldo and keep
29?
going. He could easily play till he's 35.
Get in the midfield with the level that he's at?
Yeah.
Potentially, yes.
Yeah.
Right? He'd be
But they do have a lot of good young players when you look at Vitinha and Neves and Mendes.
But this is Ronaldo's last chance.
Yeah.
Ronaldo's last chance at a World Cup.
Oh, yeah,
right?
definitely.
It's the one thing that he was always chasing. So, interesting to see. And then obviously France, who, I think we were trying to discount. But again, like we said.
I did say at the start, it gives me big 2010 vibes with the amount of shit that I saw that was happening before the World Cup. And they have just come out and dominated every game.
And it hasn't happened. It still has time to happen.
Still has time. But in 2010, France were eliminated in the group stages, coming last.
I mean, you could easily see them getting across into the semi-finals. So, look, up in the air about what happens. Obviously, we're going to get through round 3 first. But a lot of the movement here are going to be with the smaller teams picking up either bigger teams or.
Yep. And 12 o'clock, Friday, Australia.
Watch that shit.
All over it.
I think we beat Paraguay. Let's go.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi. All right. Take it easy, bitches.
All right.